What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Mo's World Kitchen. This is Chef Mo. I'm a chef with about 30 years of experience in the food service industry. And back in the start of the pandemic, I started a fragrance sampling business I called Chef Camps. During that journey, I sent out about thousands of samples to people in the fragrance community. And a couple of friends of mine, we started a group on Facebook called the Decant Swaps Community, where people share their fragrances and send out samples of their own collection and trade with each other. So if that's something that interests you, definitely check us out. This section here of the channel, we're going to call the Raw Scents with Chef Mo, where I break down and review some fragrances in my collection. Even though I don't decant anymore, I still have a really large collection of fragrances. I'm probably at about a little over 200 bottles. And I just wanted to break down and talk about certain fragrances that I wear every day, things that I like, things that I would recommend. So today I'm going to talk about one of the most complimented fragrances in my collection, and it's this one here. This is called Barbershop by the House of Authenticity Perfumes. Authenticity is an independent fragrance brand. I think they're based out of North Carolina, but this one here, every time I wear it, straight up compliments. It's a old school type of scent. They call them actually barbershop scents. Usually they have things like lavender, a lot of musk, sometimes citrus on the top. This one is a little bit different. It kind of works off the beaten path of the typical barbershop scent. On this one, you're going to get lemon, sweet basil, and balsam fir. And those are the top notes. Now, sweet basil is used more kind of like in Asian cooking. So in things like pad thai and different stir fries, you'll find they use a sweet basil as opposed to the regular larger flat basil that you find like in pasta sauce or on top of like margarita pizza. But it's still very clean, green, a little bit dry, and this works. And balsam fir is a resinous, piney type of scent, similar to like a Christmas tree, a little bit sappy. And it's interesting because those three notes kind of together on the top give this like a shaving cream vibe, and a little bit foamy. Usually in scents like this, you might find vanilla or tonka bean, which add the sweetness. But with this one, it doesn't have that in the notes. Basically, the base on this is just musk, oak moss, and I believe there's some patchouli also. So this combined, it gives it that still kind of green, fresh herbalness, but with a little freshness and brightness from the citrus. And the basil gives it natural sweetness as well. A cool story with this fragrance. I remember I parked in a garage across the street from where I work, and the guy who parked my car, he was like, "Man, what is that fragrance you got on? What's that cologne? It smells so good." So I had this in my book bag. It was about halfway here, and I said, "Oh yeah, it's this scent called Barbershop," and I was kind of talking to him about the brand and stuff. And then I was like, "You know what? Here, just take the bottle and rock it." He was like, "What? You sure?" And yeah, and he loved it, just smelling it in the air or smelling it like from what was left, the remnants of what was left in the car. So it's compliments. Every time I wear it, somebody at work tells me I smell good. So if you're into compliments and things like that, definitely worth checking out. I believe the brand does samples, and you could buy samples of everything. They have quite a bit of fragrances, but this one, I have 200 bottles in my collection, but this is something that I will always keep. During my decanting days, I might have bought this 5 or 6 times and drew out samples from different bottles. This is a 50 ml, so 1.7 ounce. I think you could get this for like 35 bucks. I think for the price is really worth it if you're into like fresh, more old school type of scents. But this has a little bit of modern twist because I think the basil mixed with the lemon and that balsam fir that gives it a little bit resinous and it gives it some character. This is awesome scent. For the price, longevity, for everybody is different. For me, 8, 10 hours, and it pumps. I mean, I've had people smell me across the kitchen and tell me, "Man, chef, what is that cologne you got on?" You walk by and you leave your scent trail. So worth checking out. This is one I always have in my collection, no matter how big or small the collection gets. This is Barbershop by Authenticity Perfumes. If you're into this kind of stuff, definitely like and subscribe. Check out the Decant Swap group on Facebook. And I appreciate your time. Much love.